Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. This is... Oh, I actually already touched the scoreboard. I don't know if I love or hate when I do that ahead of time, because I always forget, like 20 seconds later, oh yeah, I already did this. But here we are in the next map. Ladies and gentlemen, this is still round 2 for the Kaspersky King of the Hill Arena, which means this particular round, this particular best of 5 is worth €200. Big shout out to Kaspersky Labs, of course, your antivirus software heroes for putting on this event. But this is Rifkin. I'm casting with Zombie Grub. It's spotted here in the lower right corner of the map. He's red, he's Zerk, he's representing Team Acer. Guys, give it up for Nerchio.
And in the upper left, we do have our blue Protoss. It's Socke, and he's currently tied with Nerchio. It's 1-1 in this best of 5.
And of course, the next person coming up, I believe, is Cass. Empire's Cass, guys. We'll be capping out the day with TLO for the last best of 5 for today. TLO, of course, was the champion of the last King of the Hill Arena, which is why he was invited back, and also why he's last up on the docket. But of course, he's got the most money to play for, €400. But I can't tell you, you and I, we both have got our passion for Terran. I'm very much excited for the next series, regardless of who comes out victorious with this one.
Yeah, TVP and I mean, anything with Terran is actually good, so. More Terran, more good. That's what I say.
Yeah, I was a little sad Strelok didn't get the vote in here, but, you know, making Terran versus 2 Protoss off the bat like this, I don't know that he would have been able to fare as well as Nerchio has been.
Definitely. I think, remember back when Heart of the Swarm was coming out and everyone's like, oh, they're making it so you can actually mech versus Protoss, and everyone was trying to do it, and some people were successful. I mean, I know Mario does it all the time, and he's a decent level too, but it actually doesn't work out that well.
Well, I mean, Mario, Goody, Strelok, I mean, there are meching Terrans who can make it work, but you're right. Typically, it's not the go-to build.
It really makes it depends on a surprise factor and your opponent not knowing exactly how to deal with it. And really, the answer is Immortals. If you can get that, like, ghost in there, it's actually beautiful, but Immortals are so good.
Well, this probe lives 5 health, throws down the pylon. Irritating. I mean, that's... If I had to call the probes anything, the rank wouldn't be discipline. The rank would be like annoying brat, class clown, harassive guy. But ooh, the perfect timing on that, Jesus. Cancel just as the hatchery goes down, or vice versa rather. Probe does go down, and first blood.
First blood
Is called. Kind of forgot about that. Sorry guys. Try and keep more on top of that. But this is kind of cool. Socke, with the gateway expand, like we saw Showtime. I want to show you something very dynamic here. Like, we always saw the pylon behind the mineral line, and you always saw the gateway behind that. We have Socke play completely different and fully walling off the top of his ramp. Now, what's kind of detrimental about this is with the way he's walled it off, if Archons were in the main for whatever reason, like if he has an Archon army that recalls to the main, he actually has to kill either his gateway or his cybercore to get them out.
Yeah. But luckily, oh, well, never mind. I thought it was going to be blocked. I was about to say, luckily it's me sitting a block, but as you can see, the Lings do get in there. Nothing much to scout. Maybe you can see if the second gas is already down. It's not.
Ooh, gets the probe there at the natural as well, so no expansion to go down for Socke just yet.
Oh, very nice. Small pickoffs. In fact, getting another one in the main. Maybe.
Oh, just
nice
barely
micro.
doesn't.
Yep, that's a lucky probe right there. And this finally Nexus will go down, but the third's already also going down for Nerchio. So both doing very standard stuff. No more Lings on the way for Nerchio either. And Socke. This is actually what we are going to see in the first game, except Nerchio is not going to go ahead and 10 pool, and is probably not going to be super aggressive. In fact, I think he's going to go up to Mutalisk again, just like the first map of the day.
You know what? Mutalisks are so good against Protoss right now. Like, this is really just frustratingly difficult way to deal with them, where like, really the only way you can securely go good against Mutalisks is to get Phoenixes out on the field. And if you go Phoenixes, then you're kind of susceptible to the ground. So it's if you can pull it off and brute force the Mutalisk, that's great. But you can also do like this really awesome bait and switch.
Yeah. It used to be back in Wings Liberty, you remember, like, the only option, you could go up to Phoenixes, and that was becoming more popular at the later stages of Wings Liberty, but like the most common one was to get Blink Stalkers and then go up to Storm, and unfortunately, Storm just not nearly as effective against Mutalisks with that advanced regen.
I think in Wings of Liberty, Mutalisks were a lot less of a problem as so much as Infestors were.
Oh, well, that too, of course, but on the off chance you saw Mutalisks, they were dealt with very much so differently than Heart of the Swarm.
A really aggressive pylon coming out of Socke here. He wasted time warps. There's no recall out of this. Does get one of the queens though, so a really nice pick off there. And slow Lings off creep. Can't contend with the Mothership Core and the Stalker. Gonna not cancel the pylon apparently. So free pylon kind of I don't know, you lost the queen, you lost the pylon, resources lost, not too different, but the queen, of course, really essential for not only creep spread, but also larva injects.
And so far, Nerchio has been pretty immune to these attacks, whether it's 3 or 4 gate. He's always had just enough lings to cancel the pylon, which is really where the attack needs, is hey, a pylon to reinforce. So I'm surprised that the Protoss keep trying to do this over and over again, but I guess it does force out lings, however few or many. 43 drones and 15 more lings on the way.
One of the big things we gotta give Nerchio big props to is, like, he's held off several aggressive attacks from 2 different players now, all with slow lings. Not something you see a lot of Zerg players able to manipulate, but here we go. Lots of lings are positioned. 2 queens here are available. Socke's got a scary force, but this would be a suicide squad if anything.
Yeah, there's just too many lings, and they're going to have a nicer round if he tries to actually break through there, so he's not going to do it, I think. Maybe wait until a recall. He does have enough for recall, so maybe try in and then just recall out when things get hairy.
Yeah, of course. Oh, he's got to be careful. The mothership port is low enough that if he doesn't do it quickly, it could get sniped off by those queens. I mean, granted, the recall time's only like 2 seconds, but it's still enough if your mothership core is low enough that it could be picked off. And if you suddenly find yourself with an army and no recall, you could be in for a bit of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. The 2 spine crawlers are going to be up, though, so he's definitely going to have to recall out if he tries to push in there. I really just think right now he's just making Nerchio nervous. Nerchio has no idea what's going on. I don't think he's scouted recently with an Overlord. He doesn't have one off to the left side, so he has no idea. Is this an 8-gate or isn't it?
He's trying to come from behind with some of these lings. With these 2 spine crawlers, he should be good to take this fight, though. A recall should be initiated immediately, and there we go. Socke gets out. Doesn't lose more than a Zealot. 2 more Zealots now. Guys, wait for us.
Unfortunately, they are the sacrifice for the good of the Protoss race, and the pylon will be going down. Now Nerchio has a bunch of lings, going to go drone up again, but remember, he's probably going to go up to Milos, so these lings are going to help him with his mobility and taking care of any potential third that Socke is going to try and put down.
And, nope, actually going to come in here. Force is going to go down. I was going to say, though, those couple Zealots, that's the way a lot of Marines feel, I think. Because how many times have you had to leave, like, 1 Marine behind because you got to just get the hell out of Dodge, right?
Oh, yeah, pick up, you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, bro. Vroom.
The Zealot's got a taste of humanity is what this came down to. But okay, we got creep spreading here again at the 3rd base. Nerchio's going to do his best to keep his opponent on 2 bases. And 2 bases versus Mutalisks, as we've seen in the past, don't work out so well. And there we go. With the Spire and the Hydralisk in, Nerchio's well suited to deal with whatever path he needs to in order to cripple Socke.
Yeah, and Socke is going to push out again. He's not... Oh, he's getting 2 more gateways. I'm sorry. He's up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gateways. And that's going to be a pure gateway push, actually, with just... is there an Immortal in there? No, there's no Immortals,
Stardust would be proud.
But there's so many lings. He needs to have great force fields putting that donut around the sentries.
Well, it's not even like a donut. It's more like an eclair with that elongated shape. But it doesn't matter. The sentries are safe, but the Stalkers and the Zealots go down outside of this. Mothership Core just shelling away from the high ground, of course. Well, high ground being the air, but man, these sentries are actually... I think that's 1 grid square that every unit is sharing in there. Look at them bounce around.
There's even a Zealot in there, and it's like, get me out of here.
It's like a bounce house.
That was probably the tightest force fields I've ever seen, to be honest. 1 grid square is right, but he does push forward. There are Hydras out now, and those are going to be much more effective against these Zealots than those Lings were. It's going to be difficult for Socke to push in here.
The Hydras take out the sentries immediately. Socke is going to lose most of these forces. He's going to recall. Can't quite get off. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. And now some good force fields are not going to be enough. Actually, Warpress is going to try and escape, but even with his new speed, not fast enough to escape those Hydralisks. And oh man, Nerchio's coming with a counterattack, and Socke has nothing at home. It's a 58 to 104 supply deficit, guys. This is going to get nasty for a Protoss player really fast.
Yeah, I mean, the Hydras are going to sit there. They're going to take down all the gateways. Matisse is going to drill lag out.
You kind of sound like corn. Matees. Oh, no, that's maize. Never mind. I'm completely just being racist
I was
now
like, I don't know
no
where you're going with that.
But man, oh man. I'll give a shout out to Gen Graphics and a lot of you guys in chat. By the way, I love when chat gets weird, says Gen Graphics. First off, Gen Graphics, one of the long BaseTradeTV years. So good to see him in chat, but I gotta agree, I also love when our chat gets weird. Not to encourage that, mind you. But of course, we got Kappa, Hero, Ronsky 2, Madinero, Nightlord 2, Zoji, Zoeji, I don't know how to say that name, Rondays, Masan, of course, Hire Engineer, Tobert, Alpikutka. I know we got a lot of you awesome guys in chat, so thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast so far. Rest in peace, sir. I believe it's the second time lagging out today. Hopefully he can get his internet fixed and sorted. And Zombie Grub, I'm dying here. My OCD is killing me. I'm apparently one follower away from 500 on Twitter right now. This is breaking my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But okay, we got the Hydra list coming in here. Rifkin's woes aside, Zealots are warping in, but Zealots without charge, man, they're not going to work too well versus these Hydras. Some good force fields go down, but the DPS is just too good. Nerchio's actually microing these Hydras and kind of kiting them away from the Zealots, really minimizing his losses, and he's not going to win the game with this push, but he's setting himself to win the game with the next push. 32 Lings and Mutalisk coming up behind this.
Oh my god. Another example of Socke just being like, okay, maybe I can do it, and then suddenly a huge ball of everything comes out from Nerchio, and he's like, oh, never mind. And we'll probably GG out once the Vito's come in.
Alright, yeah, well, you know, a couple of Vito's coming, it's not too scary, but there's the flock behind it. Nerchio going to take this game and send us into game 4.
Yeah, with Nerchio up 2-1. And yeah, the first game was really weird, and so far it looks like Nerchio, if he's in his element, is you know, the better player right now.
I'm actually really happy with the way this is going too. Nerchio, I talked about this at the very start of the broadcast. Even with the weekly cups, he hasn't had his dominating show of force that he has in the past, but he is performing very admirably today. Now, granted, this is only ZVP so far, and he's not out of the woods yet, but he's got a Terran and a Zerg waiting for him if he takes a victory here. Next